I have been privileged to hear the confessions of the Catholic faithful for over 37 years. And I'm always amazed at the number of Catholics that come in saying, I don't know what to confess. I've kept the 10 Commandments. And typically I'll tease them and say, well, that's great. That makes you a good Jew. They're stunned by that. And I said, what about the Christian commandments? And they look at me like, I've got 3 heads. I said, well, the Beatitudes. Are those the commandments? They said, well, yeah. They're a further development of the 10 Commandments. It reminds us that with Jesus being the image of God, perfectly reminds us that God's not just interested in good actions. So keeping the 10 Commandments, God is interested in what's happening in our heart. The interior place of how we can really destroy people by our thoughts, our judgmentalism, the coldness and the meanness of heart. Think about the way we drive here in Southern California. You get the picture, okay? So what are we to do about it? Well, let's turn to the saints. Often we speak about the saints. We, in our imagination, think that means these are women and men who are perfect. Not so. The Church has never said that. Rather, these are women and men who in 1 or 2 or 3 areas of their life have perfected or worked with the grace of the Spirit to become truly whole. That's what the Church is saying. So when we listen to this long list of the Christian commandments, we think, oh my God, I can only keep 1. Well, that's all right. What God is doing in your life, in the lives of each of us, is God is perfecting particular areas, not just for your good, but for the good of the community. So we can look at each other and say, wow, she really embodies for us what it means to be kind. He really embodies for us what it means to be wise, etc. To recognize that just as we speak about vices and virtues, so also we are drawn to look at these both inside ourselves and each other. What are the things that really tick you off about certain people? Typically, there's an edge to it because it's your vice that you have to fight as well, you see? So in God's wonderful, wonderful wisdom, God uses our repulsion of certain vices and our attraction to certain virtues to help us to grow in the holiness of the interior life of God's Spirit. And as you well know, it's a lifelong effort. Anyone can pilot a ship when the waters are calm. It's really difficult when the storms hit. And the storms are when times we hit desolation, when things don't go our way, when it's painful, when we struggle with grief or sadness or meanness of our own spirit. And yet, the Church gives us these holy women and men to remind us, yes, it is possible. In fact, God expects us of it. And why God says, I give you my Spirit, not just when you're good, I give you my Spirit at all times. So I'll leave you with this thought. God doesn't in any way wait for you to change so that God will love you. Rather, God loves you that through that love, you might naturally change. You might evolve, develop, pick whatever word you want, into the fullness of what God has created you to be. The seed of your own humanity grows in the fullness of what God is about. And indeed, all of the Church rejoices when that happens. And why we call these women and men saints, truly dedicated unto God.